In today's video, we're going to talk about some smart home updates. We'll talk about how Alexa Plus is starting to roll out and there's some features missing with that. I also want to talk about the delayed HomePod, which, big surprise, Apple's delaying that. So let's dive into this with our first story, and that is Apple Home is gaining vacuum support over Matter. With the latest iOS 18.4 update and the other updates across the Mac devices, you can add supported vacuums from EcoVacs, Roborock, iRobot. I know SwitchBot has one, and others. They're all starting to update their firmware, so you can add those into Apple Home. Once they're in there, you can control cleaning modes, you can control scheduling, you can put them in automations, and really opens up some other choices. Right now, I'm using a vacuum that's paired to a Matter hub. So within Apple Home, I can turn it on and off, but I don't have access to all those other controls until that gets a firmware update. Something to think about if you're looking at buying a robot vacuum. Look for one that has Matter support. That way you know it'll work across any of the smart assistants. I do like that this is going to open up voice control to tell the vacuum to go to whatever room you want, add whatever mode you want, if you just want it to mop or vacuum, whatever. It's nice to have options. Next, let's talk about some updates to Aqara's G5 Pro camera. This is a camera I really enjoy using. It's my new favorite camera, and Aqara's not sponsoring this video in any way. It's just the one I prefer now as my outdoor camera. Recently, Aqara put on their Reddit page a post, and with that, they wanted to announce some updates to the G5 Pro camera, and they wanted to address user feedback. These improvements, they're aimed to provide a more user-friendly experience without needing a subscription. So Aqara is committed to not requiring a subscription for their devices. So some of the updates, new users will receive 24 hours of free cloud storage for 6 months with no trial activation or payment credentials required. Existing G5 Pro owners can activate the benefit by removing and re-adding their camera. There's now enhanced local functionality, so removal of detection and automation timeouts, so it'll allow detection frequency settings down to 15 seconds. With most sensors, or all sensors, once it detects motion, let's say, there's a certain amount of time before it will detect motion again, and 15 seconds is really quick. There's an introduction of local clip download, so users can download events directly to their phones. They've also made some improvements to the timeline and playback. For example, they have the incorporation of fast forward buttons for smoother navigation of local recordings, the integration of AI event markers on local timeline so that it'll show you whether it was a face detection, pet, vehicle, or whatever it is. Implementation of local timeline snapshots, so capturing periodic images to prevent empty gaps on the timeline. There's also some storage upgrades, which is good if you have a NAS, which is a network attached storage. It is a giant hard drive. If you have one of those, you can do 24/7 continuous recording. But there still is no continuous recording option locally on the internal storage, and you don't have an SD card. That's one of the things that's disappointing to me, because all the other Aqara cameras have that micro SD card and local recording. Another update is to the AI, so there's a reduction of false alerts, which is good. I've noticed the Aqara apps picks up more false alerts than the Home app. And refinement of detection zones for more accurate monitoring. Next, I want to talk about the delay in Apple's HomePod with a screen. The rumors have been pointing to a 6 to 7 inch square screen on a speaker, or possibly put into a speaker dock. But anyways, it's a highly anticipated one. And if you've been waiting for one, leave a comment or give a thumbs up to this video. It definitely helps. The idea with this is it's a competitor to the Nest smart displays or the Echo Shows. You can FaceTime from it, access your calendars, control your smart home, and really get a nice touch interface to access things you need. It's disappointing that it looks like it's going to be delayed to next year because of Apple Intelligence. One of the features that apparently is not working is the App Intents system, the features for that. The idea with this is that it understands what you're intending to do better and can work across different apps and get information across apps and take action. And now, apparently, this isn't working well. This is not working in Apple Intelligence at all. With that not working, Apple isn't ready to release a new device. What's disappointing about that is that it seems like the perfect time for Apple to just swoop in and take business away from Echoes and Amazon. But Apple's known to wait until they feel a product is perfect, even if it means they overcharge or over-engineer it. Vision Pro, let's say, or HomePods. But at the end of the day, they really try to put out a good product. Apple hasn't put out a foldable phone. Samsung's on like version 27 now. And until it's right to where Apple wants it, we can hope all day. If you're an Apple user, you know by now that Apple will keep waiting until they feel like the product's ready. So the latest projection is launching in 2026. It looked like it was going to potentially happen in the fall with iOS 19 upgrade, which would see Apple Intelligence improvements. It makes sense for Apple to wait until they feel like they got it dialed in. It just seems like a great opening to jump in there now. Now, what are some of your wish list features for a HomePod with a screen? Let us know in the comments. Now, if you're enjoying this video and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It definitely helps the channel. Now, if you'd like to help support the channel, you could always become a channel member using the join button down below. We have channel member perks you could check out. Next, let's talk about Apple Intelligence. With recent updates, Apple Intelligence is turned on by default. I know there's some folks out there that have no interest in using Siri or Apple Intelligence. If you want to turn off Apple Intelligence, which apparently it'll save you some space, something like 7 gigabytes of space. To turn it off, you'd go under settings, you'd scroll down to Apple Intelligence and Siri, and on that screen you'll see your different options. So if you do want to tweak things a little bit, or you can turn off Apple Intelligence altogether. Disabling Apple Intelligence could potentially help save and protect your sensitive data. One of the downsides, you might lose some of the personalization that you get from it learning from your request. Now, if you don't want to turn off Apple Intelligence, but you still want to protect your data and have some more control over it, go into the settings, go to privacy and security, then check out your permissions for apps, because not every app should have access to your location or some of the other features of your phone. Now let's talk about Alexa Plus, which is Amazon's AI upgrade to Alexa. It is $19.99 a month. If you're a Prime user, it is included. Alexa Plus is starting to roll out to select users. You do have to have a supported device, an Echo Show 8, 10, 15, or 21. Other than that, you'll have to wait for it. Now, I want to be fair to Alexa Plus. Apple Intelligence is missing a ton of features. Both Amazon and Apple had their events and they showed all this cool stuff that it can do. And now what we get to use isn't as cool. Alexa Plus is going to be included with Amazon Prime membership. My question for you guys, how long do you think it's going to take before Amazon raises the price on the Prime subscription? I'm going to say February of 2026. What's your guess? Put it down in the comments. So at launch, Alexa Plus is supposed to have conversational interactions, which it'll utilize generative AI to engage in more fluid and context-aware conversations. So allowing for tasks such as ordering an Uber or providing cooking advice. Now there'll be personalized assistance. The assistant can remember users' preferences and respond to emotional cues. So it's going to be listening to your tone and all, which actually, you know what? That's good. Because at times when Alexa's frustrated and you're like, just shut the hell up. And it's like, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. But if it could understand the tone and maybe gave a briefer response or adjusted how it responded, that could be nice. Now, some of the things that are going to be missing that they did show, there's Grubhub integration. So the ability to order food through Grubhub just by talking conversationally, that's being delayed. Visual recognition for reminders, which was going to be one of the cool features if you had an Echo Show, that if you walked up up to it, it would recognize you and show you your personalized reminders. That's not going to happen. A gift idea generation, which seems like a nothing burger. Story generation for children, which again doesn't seem like much. A web-based chat interface. The idea with that is you can go on your computer and like ChatGPT, you can interact using Alexa Plus through the web version, which if you want to be really competitive with ChatGPT and other AI models out there, that makes total sense. And I do appreciate that they're going with that. Now, the fact that that's delayed, yeah. Anyways, now something else that is available but is missing part of its feature. Amazon is encouraging users to upload emails, upload documents, upload your not your social security number. Upload personal information so that Alexa Plus can get to know you better. Users can upload stuff now. The problem apparently is that you can't delete any of the things you upload. Attempts to remove the files result in an error message saying deletion of attachments is not yet supported. So you can give information, you just can't get rid of it. You can apparently contact customer service and they can remove it, but complete removal is not guaranteed. Amazon says they're going to be rolling out new features over the upcoming months, which I get it. I understand. This is an evolving space. I think it's a tough one for Amazon right now. Apple has a lot more leeway for Apple Intelligence to grow. It feels like a make or break moment for Amazon that they need to wow people because people are getting a little frustrated with them. Now, if you'd like to hear my thoughts on why I got rid of the Echo Shows in my house, check out this video over here. If you haven't already, please subscribe to check out future videos and hit that like button. It definitely helps the channel out. Thanks for watching. Bye.